Oh yeah.
Hello my gaming family and welcome to another video. Today I wanna talk about one really interesting looking game that recently popped up on Steam as a demo, and after I tried it and played it for a while, I can freely say that I'm really amazed. If you follow my work, then you know that I have been playing ARPGs more and more lately, and believe it or not, I was planning to cover some older Diablo-like games in next few videos when I discovered this game on Steam. Undecember is an upcoming hack-and-slash action RPG developed by Needs Games and will be published by Line Games. Although it has a really unusual and weird name, and I literally have no idea what it means, every other segment in the game looks and feels pretty decent. I have been playing this game for a couple of hours, and in this video I will tell you my opinion over it and will try to introduce you with everything I came across in the game. Also, don't forget to smash that subscribe button guys, because that's the best possible way to support growth to this channel and my work in general. So don't hesitate. When it comes to the story, at the beginning it can be a little bit confusing to you, but let's be completely honest, when it comes to this type of games, story is not the main segment definitely. So as the developers say about the story, in the beginning there were 12 beings that rose from the void, who shared their power to create crown and lived peacefully amongst their descendants. All was harmonious, and the descendants prospered under the blessing of the 12 beings, who were now worshipped as gods. But one day, an unexpected 13th being, evil god serpents, creeped out from the shadows of the 12 gods. To stop evil god serpents from disrupting the balance of the world and corrupting their descendants into darkness, the 12 gods shared runes and essences infused by their powers with their descendants in order to smite down evil. Unfortunately, their efforts failed. In the end, the 12 gods agreed to join as one and reverted back to the void, along with serpents. After the clash, Serpents' soul was split into two and scattered across the world. The 12 gods ended up losing their flesh along with their names, as they fell into eternal slumber. As everything began with the birth of 12 gods, and serpents originated from the 12 gods, it was certain that serpents would never recover its powers without a new beginning. But as time went by, the descendants of Traum once again began utilizing the powers of runes. This advancement eventually led them to the Zodiacs that could reawaken the gods. Thus, they decided to summon the 12 gods back into the world by creating figures from connecting the stars and calling out their names. However, no one realized that the returning of divinity would also bring back the evil that was lurking behind in the shadows. Okay, I hope that the story now sounds a little bit clearer, but as I already mentioned, in these type of games, story is not the most important segment. When it comes to gameplay, well, in that segment, Undecember looks like a game with tons of potential. I didn't spend a lot of time in this demo version, but from what could I see so far, this game is not some huge deal, nor something big, but it has potential and it's definitely worth attention. You start a game with short presentation of few different playstyles, melee, ranged and magic, so you can see how they will eventually look at the final level, and so you can decide which path you will choose. Character creation segment is relatively poor. Besides gender choosing, you will be able to choose predetermined face types with no possibility of some deeper modification, skin color and couple of hairstyles and colors, and that is that. However, in this type of games, character customization is absolutely needless, cause the more important thing is a huge amount of armors you will be able to obtain that looks absolutely amazing. After character creation, you will start a game and will go through tutorial part of the game before you come to main city. The gameplay actually feels good. It's obvious that the games like Diablo 3 and Lost Ark had a lot of influence on the developers. You can feel and see that in the game, but I found it a really good thing, cause both games are amazing on their own ways. Combat looks and feels really good, animations are great, and the enemy variety in the first part of the game, as far as I could notice, is not bad at all. The developers put a lot of importance on freedom. For example, freedom to select various combat styles, and that there is no defined classes in the game, and once a character is created after customization, players will be able to freely change around gears and skills based on personal playstyle. Builds are divided into strength, dexterity and intelligence types, but there are no gear combination restriction. Players will be free to cast magic with a sword or summon minions with a bow, or create any unique builds of their own. What is also really important are the runes and zodiacs. The developers claim that there are an infinite combination of skills in this game. Runes are classified by skill and link runes. Link runes assist the effects of skill runes. These runes can be equipped in a separate space called a rune cast, and can be obtained through farming or by completing quests. Each rune has level and grades, which can be upgraded with materials obtained through farming, and you can combine them in tons of different ways. The runes are a really cool feature, it's really colorful and representative, and although it looks complicated, it's really simple, and the game itself suggests you where to put your new runes so it can connect with other ones and make them stronger. There are tons of different runes that can give you passive or active skills, and when it comes to skills you will be able to use throughout the game. In UI you will have 5 slots for abilities, but also you will have one additional bar with 5 more slots, and you can easily switch between them with one button. Zodiac is featured similar to Constellations in Grim Dawn, and if you play that game, you will find it familiar. There are several Zodiacs that you will be able to invest your stat points, but at the beginning you will have only one Zodiac unlocked, and you will be able to invest in Strength, Dexterity and Intelligence. Based on your investment, the other Zodiacs will unlock later in the game. In that first constellation or Zodiac, if you decide to invest into Strength, with every point you will gain more health points and armor. If you spend points in Dexterity, you will gain more hit rate and dodge rate, and if you invest into Intelligence, you will gain more mana and barrier. The overall look and design of Runecast and Zodiac are really nice and simple to use, which is a big plus, especially for newcomers and people who are not that much into this type of games. What is really interesting is that developers point out on an unstoppable, never-ending choice of content. This is really interesting, especially if you end up loving this game and you enjoy playing it. So the whole game is divided into acts. Acts are the main scenario of the game, and throughout acts you will progress and follow the story development. Chaos Dungeon is endgame content that will be available once after you complete the main scenario. Boss raids, well, to me this is the most important part honestly. Boss raids are the cooperative content with up to 8 players, in which you will be able to create or join a group of 8 other players and fight throughout heavy dungeons. This is the segment that converts one single player game into an MMO, and I absolutely love it. When I started the game, and note that this is only a demo, when I finished the tutorial and came to first main city, I came across tons of other players, running around, some already with some amazing looking armors and weapons, and much bigger level than me, and that felt super cool. Graphically this game looks really nice, characters, NPCs, the world itself, all the zones I was able to see, they really put some effort to make this game visually nice. Also the animations during combat, abilities, everything looks really nice. As I mentioned, this game can remind you of some other similar games, but that's not a bad thing. If they took other games as an inspiration, took some good things from them, and avoided the bad ones, at the end, Undecember can end up being one really good game. When I mention the bad things, one feature troubles me a little, and that's the game economics. Considering you will be able to loot and trade in the game with other players, I honestly hope they won't mess up the economics and that the Undecember won't end up being one big pay-to-win game in a row. All in all, the game have a lot of potential to be a good game worth of both your time and money, and although we can't see much in this demo, I saw enough to be interested in playing it in the future. The official release day is set for the October 12, and that is in a few days, so we will see eventually. And that would be it for this video fam. I hope you enjoyed and found it useful. I will definitely play this game when it comes out and eventually make a full review and maybe even cover some builds and make some tips video. So if you want to know more about this game, make sure you smash that subscribe button and tell me your opinion in comment section down below. Also, in case you want to support channel in the long run, consider becoming a Patreon. If you like, of course. All the links are in the description. And as always fam, until next time, see ya and stay cool.